everyone, this is Chris. Thank you for joining me. So in this video, I would like to show you how you can do very lovely embellishments. We're not going to do the flowers today. No, this is for a future video. But I'd like to show you how I made these embellishments here because I made them myself. There's another example I have here and another one here. Every time it's going to look a little different, and I've got a tiny one here. It's not perfectly rounded, but I'm going to do better next time. And I've got this one as well, and they're all made out of beads or pearls, and you can use whatever beads you have home, whatever the size you have. These are quite big compared to the others, and every time it's going to look a little different, but you can make your very own for very cheap. You don't have to buy all these different already made centers. If you want to make one or you don't have any but you have beads, well, that's going to be a great opportunity to make some. So what you will need for this, so of course you will need some beads, and I've got different kinds here. Let me zoom in. It's better than me bringing everything to the camera. So I have this kind of bead here. They're quite long, but it works just like a charm as well. And I've done some very light colors today, but you can do this with all colors, of course. This is another kind of beads here, very tiny in this one. So really the size and the shapes don't really matter. So I'm going to use also these pieces. These pieces are wax paper that you use in your kitchen, and I've cut little pieces here. And why did I cut them in little pieces? Because I think it's going to be easier if you use a bowl. And I'm just using something like this that I had in my stash. If you have a regular bowl, just go for it. But using a bowl is going to be better because otherwise all your beads are going to spread apart and they're going to fall all over the place. I think it's an easiest and quicker way to get all your beads together because sometimes you're going to need to get into there and get your beads. You'll see this in a moment. So I've cut some little squares of this baking paper. And I'm just going to use a hot glue gun. So I've set mine to low temp because it's going to dry quicker, and also I'm not going to burn myself that much. So what I did here, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to use a little piece of that baking paper, and just to make sure it's going to stay on there very well, I'm going to put a little dab of glue, not big, on the back of it, and I'm going to stick it down here. Okay, that's good. Now that it's okay, I'm going to put a dab of glue on my sheet of paper, and I'm going to have to do this. You won't be able to see much first. I'm going to put not too much, but the bigger your dollop of glue is going to be, the bigger your bead is going to be. So this is what I have put so far. And now I am going to spread my pearls here. And I'm going to put them, because my pearls are on my glue, I'm going to be able to give it a nice shape here. It's really easy. And because my glue is going to dry fast, I'm not going to have to wait like this very long. And when you're happy with it, like I'm happy now, I'm just going to take away all my beads and put them back here into my little container. That's good. Put this aside. And I'm going to take my paper away. I'm going to leave this aside to dry. And if I want to, I can still put another bead on top. But I just like the way it looks like this. So I'm going to leave it aside. And I'm going to go back and do the same thing with other beads, just to show you how easy it is done. Oh, I've got glue strings everywhere. And I showed you already, if you have been on my channel for a while, I've done this same kind of video but using glitter, and it works just the same. So now I'm going to put, no, first I need to put a little dollop of glue, and I'm going to make this one a little smaller. I think it's a little smaller, and spread all my beads around. And then with my fingers, I'm just trying to put them in shape like this. And if I see a place where there's not enough, you see how easy I can come here, get my beads, put them back on top. And if I don't like one, I can take it away and just press. By pressing, I'm making sure that all my beads are really going to stick to my glue. And in case there's one that falls off, can always come back and put it with a little bit more glue. Okay, so again, I'm going to put this back into my container. Oop, and my flower fell, that's okay. And even these, because they didn't stick very well, I'm going to be able to use them again. So you're not going to use a lot of beads doing this. Just enough to make a nice little flower. There you go. Let me take all my strings off. And you see this one is not perfectly round, so I will be able, I'm not going to do it right now because if I pull my bead away, I'm also going to pull off my glue and it's going to be a big mess. So wait until this is dry. It's going to take just a minute or two. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to do a few more with different size of beads. So again, a little bit of glue here, there on the bottom. And I'm going to use these little puppies here because I think they just look great. A little bit of glue, and I'm going to make a bigger one this time, a really bigger one, because I want to do some big flowers with a nice big center. So that's a bigger dollop, and I'm going to spread all my beads around. And there's too much, I can't really see. There, that's better. I'm putting all this in shape, putting a little bit more on top. Let me see. Yes, I think I quite like it. Whoops, I spread all over the place. That's okay. And I'm going to take it away. And I still have some time here to play with it a little bit. Don't touch it too much though. When you feel your heart is getting glued, don't touch it, because that's the moment you're going to be able to take all your beads apart too easily. So leave it to dry. Now I'm going to go back to my first one I did just a few minutes ago, and I'm going to take my baking sheet. Now it's, yeah, it has cooled off, and you've got a nice little flower here that you can put in any kind of other flower, just the one that you would buy. I think I lost one. So if you use one like this, yes, I did lose one. I'm just going to put a little dab of glue just in case. It doesn't happen that often. I'm going to use this one. I think it went here. And I'm just putting it back on. But usually usually the first time you do it, it should be okay. So now I'm going to go to this one. I did. Oops, it's already falling apart. That's good. And I'm going to take this little piece off I didn't like. And look at this. Isn't that cute? That would be great also in another type of flower. Maybe with this color. Look at that. It's so easy to make. And you really can hardly see the glue on inside here, because you've put so many beads around it that you really can't see it. And also it's very translucent, and it matches really well. Look at that. I really like the color for this flower. And now this one, I'm not sure it's completely dry. It's a little bit hot, but look at it. And I know it's not perfectly round, but you made it. And with any kind of bead you can do this. I'm going to show you one last time with these very long beads. Let me put this back in here. I really enjoy doing my own embellishments because sometimes they can be so expensive, and you've got to buy some blue, some pink, some red, some yellows. And if you just buy the beads, I buy them by bulk, and usually I buy them on AliExpress because they're really not expensive, and they have good quality beads sometimes. And just for this purpose, you don't need even to put a lot of money in these beads, really. These were offered to me, and I didn't really know what to do with them because I think they were a bit too big for what I wanted to do. But I'm just having a nice way to reuse things you're not supposed to use or you don't want to use for other projects, this is a nice way to use up your stock. So I'm going to make a big one here again. Well, it's not that big, but, and spread it. Try to make something nice. Take a little bit of the excess off, just because I need to see what I'm doing. And I've spread everything. I'm rushing a little bit because I've put my glue on low temp, and it's drying much faster than it was on high temp. And I'm taking away all these little ones that are still really not sticking very well. And now I think I'm fine with this one here. There's going to be some of them that are going to fall off, but I don't really mind because I think it's still going to be really pretty. Look at that. And again, it might look great. I'm not going to take the paper right away off, but it could look nice on this one too, or maybe on this one if you want to have some kind of shabby chic look to it. It's really a soft color that could fit a lot of other colors here. Maybe on this one as well. That could be nice, I think. What do you think? Tell me, what do you think? I like it, but I think it's going to be better on this one maybe, or on this one. I don't have any pink tulle, but I'm sure it's going to do just fine on these. And I'm going to buy some pink. They didn't have any. Look at that, and it's so shiny. So there you have it. It was a very quick tutorial, but I think it was worth it because you're going to be able to use your stock up of beads you would naturally not really use, but you have them. Maybe people offer you things that you don't think are so great, or you don't have any inspiration. Well, that's a nice way to use them all up. And this was another try I did. And now it's dry, I can show it to you. And I matched a few colors here. I just matched some white. They're a little bit more translucent, and a little bit of black. So you can do this as well. Use many colors of beads. You can use different sizes if you want as well. It's going to be quite random. You'll have more, you don't have that much control, but still it's very personal. It's handmade and they look great. So please, if you like this video, give me some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave your comments. I love to read you, and I always come back to you. And share on social medias. Thank you very much, and see you soon for other videos. Bye-bye, and take care.